so today I'm going to be doing the reading habits tag. I don't think I was tagged by anyone in this. If I was, then I somehow missed it. But I thought this was a really nice little cozy tag that I could do. So I'm just going to jump straight into the questions. The first question is, do you have a specific place at home for reading? Yes, I do. It's there. It's in my bed. I don't really have a huge amount of options when it comes to reading spaces. My housemate Mary has a really cool reading nook. Like, her windowsill is a bit bigger than the rest of our windowsills, so she has like cushions and blankets there, and it's really nice, and I'm so jealous of it. But I basically mostly read in my bed. Sometimes I will just like sit on the floor because I quite enjoy that. Or the desk chair I'm sat on now, I will like sit at my desk and do a bit of reading, but it is mostly in my bed. Next question is bookmark or random piece of paper, and I've been known to do both. If I don't have like a bookmark to hand, then I will just use a random scrap of paper. But I do love a good bookmark. I have quite a selection of bookmarks that I have collected, or things that I intend to use to make my own bookmarks. Like, I've just got like a lot of string in this mug. If you're interested in me doing a full like run through of my bookmarks, then let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. But yes, I am a big fan of the old bookmark. Question 3 is, can you just stop reading, or does it need to be at the end of a chapter or a certain amount of pages? I try to always stop reading at the end of a chapter. I do not like stopping mid-chapter. I feel like it makes it so much more difficult to get back into the book when you try and pick it up again. Unless there's a new section within the chapter, I just find there isn't a natural pause point. So yeah, I will always try stop reading at the end of a chapter. I use chapters very like motivationally, and also page numbers very motivationally. Like, if I'm quite close to a very round number, then I will tend to keep going until I reach that round number. So if I'm on like chapter 8, I will push forward to chapter 10 because it's quite a neat number. If I'm on page 185, I will push forward to page 200 because it's quite an even number, or the chapter end that is most close to 200. The next question is, do you eat or drink while reading? And yes, I do. I'm normally found just generally in life with a cup of tea, not even just when I'm reading, just all the time. Over the past week or so, I've been really trying to practice reading as a form of self-care. So I've been like getting myself a cup of tea, putting on the fairy lights, lighting a candle. If anyone from university halls is watching, I don't know what fairy lights are, and I've never seen a candle before in my life. But eating, it's not a given, but sometimes I will be shoveling Maltesers into my face. Pretty much always have a drink, don't always have some food. Multitasking, can you listen to music or watch TV while reading? Music, no. I absolutely love music, and I absolutely love reading, and my brain wants to devote all of its attention to one of those art forms. I don't want to split my concentration. I want to fully appreciate the music or fully appreciate the book. TV I can do, but only when it's like background noise. So if I was like at my mum's house and she's got something on the telly, then I can read pretty easily. If it's something that I want to watch, then again, I want to devote all of my attention to one of the things I want to consume. One book at a time or several at once, always several at once. Learning how to read several books at once is one of the best skills that I've ever developed, and it is definitely a skill that needs to be worked on. I might do a full video on how I've like trained myself to be able to read more than one book, because I know it's something that people ask me about a lot, and I do think it is a skill that needs to be trained. I do find that they need to be different kinds of books though, otherwise they get a bit muddled in my head. So I need to have books from different eras, different periods of history, different genres, different formats. Yeah, I tend to have at least 3 books on the go at any one time. Reading at home or reading everywhere? Absolutely everywhere. I will pick up a book at any chance I get. I always have a physical book on me, maybe 2 if I happen to not be in the mood for one of them or finish one of them, and then I've got a bunch of ebooks on my phone, so I always have quite an extensive library at my disposal wherever I am. I really enjoy reading on public transport. Like, I'm one of those people that absolutely loves going on long journeys because I read really well when I'm traveling. The next question is reading out loud or silently in your head. For the vast majority of the time, in my head. It's something that I'm really struggling with, and this tends to happen more with university texts than it does with books that I'm just reading for my own pleasure. I will read out loud and see if that helps me get to grips with it a little bit more, if it's like a style of language or writing that I'm not too familiar with, I find reading out loud really helps. Also, I find reading poetry out loud can be really helpful if you're not quite getting it. In general, it is always in my head. Do you read ahead or even skip pages? No. What is wrong with you if you're doing this? Stop it. Don't read ahead and don't skip pages. What? If it's a book that I'm not particularly interested in and it's something I have to read either for university or for review, I will read it a bit quicker. I might be a bit more of a skim reader with it, but I wouldn't skip anything. That's mad. Breaking the spine or keeping it new. I am not bothered. I'm not bothered whatsoever about the condition of a spine. I don't consciously break spines, but I don't consciously preserve them and keep them perfectly intact either. Cracks, it cracks. It's not a big deal. In fact, I'm quite fond of having the aesthetic of a cracked spine. I think it looks quite nice. And the final question is, do you write in your books? I do not write on the pages of books, although I don't think it's a massive sin if that's something you do. As with the cracked spine thing, I think it's a sign of a well-loved book if it's written in. And at the end of the day, books are objects. You can do what you want with them. If you dog-ear a page, crack a spine, write a book, the integrity of the book is still there. We need to stop glorifying the physical object of a book. As much as I love physical books and I think they are a form of art and decoration and just a thing of beauty, there are more important things than just a physical copy of a book, unless it's something that you have a particular emotional attachment to because of the experiences you went through with that actual book. But in general, they are just paper. They can be replaced. I've gone on a tangent. No, I don't write in my books, but I definitely mark books up. So this is The Vagina Monologues by Eve Ensler, which has a few sticky tabs on it. And this is The Water Babies by Charles Kingsley, which has quite a few markups on it. This is due to my very best friend in the world, my most treasured possession. This is a precious object, okay? It's my post-it thing that has the sticky tabs and the post-it notes, and it is just my favourite thing, and I would not survive university without this bad boy. It saves my life. So there are all the questions in the reading habits tag. I do hope you've enjoyed watching. I'm not going to tag anyone in particular, but all the questions will be down below if you want to check them out, and I very much encourage you to do this yourself. Hopefully next time we speak, my voice will actually be working to its full capacity. I really hope it will be.